Hello, I thought I would try something different this week and go with video. Been doing video presentations more lately, and I think it gives us that opportunity, at least on my end, to be able to show, yes, I'm a real person, yes, I'm really doing this, yes, I really use oils, yes, I really am a naturopath, and so forth. This week I just want to share a short story that happened over this past holiday weekend, 4th of July weekend. And as the title implies in this newsletter, to come as you are, to come in that innocence, to come in that purity. And it's kind of funny. It was a story of me and my little niece. You know, I'm a big kid and my family knows that I am, and typically what I like to do is wait till all the grown-ups are done floating around in the swimming pool at my mom's house and get in there and play with the kids, the little kids. And I told everybody, I'll be glad when all you grown-ups get out of this pool so I can get in here and play with the kids and be one of the kids. Well, there's 3 little kids in this one, 3 little girls. One was my niece, and one was my second cousin, and the other was my little niece's cousin on her dad's side of the family, and her mother. I'm sorry, her mother's side of the family, and it was really. They were all the same age, 5, 6, right around that age. And I know that when you're first learning something, it's scary. It can be scary. You can be like, oh, what do I do with this? You know, you get your starter kit with the oils, and you're so excited. You've gone to a class or you've watched a presentation online, something like that, and you're so excited, and it's like you forget everything you learned there, and you're like, what do I do with this thing, with this diffuser? What do I use it for? What do I use these oils for? And so I like to show people how to have fun with it. You know, oh, I don't like the smell of that. Put a roller ball on it and run it up the bottom of your feet until you do like it, because your body will help, the oils will help facilitate that. So eventually that whatever was causing your hindrance in that scent is removed, and you are now embracing it, because what it's going to do is bring your body into balance and harmonize things. It's like a tuning fork. And that's how I think of the oils. But so will the other products. They will help as you start to transfer by and remove them or replace them with, you know, healthier choices in your shampoos, in your cleaning products, and so forth. In your nutrition, you will start to see that difference in your life. And so going back to the swimming pool, as I was playing with the kids, I thought, you know, they're learning how to swim. They're all have gone to swim classes and so forth. They're wearing the little wings to support them in the water, and of course they need adult supervision anyway, so why not be in there and having fun with them? And so my method is always without even thinking about it, let's play a game. Do you know how to do this? You know how to do that? Let's find ways to play in the pool. And I just immediately just start from the things I did as a kid myself, and they react to it immediately. They get into it, they forget they're swimming, and they see it as a game, and next thing you know, they're like little fish in the water. I'll never forget the one part where my niece says to me, she starts to scream, and I know, you know, that kind of high-pitched screaming can get on any adult's nerves, and so I did a preemptive strike and said, shh, let's not scream so the grown-ups won't get mad at us. And she looked at me like, what do you mean, the grown-ups? Aren't you're a grown-up, she said. And I said, no, I'm not. And she said, but your hair is old. I said, I know, right? I don't know why. You can't be a kid. So we go back and forth. I get my brother to play along, winked at him, and he played along and said, yeah, she's a kid. She goes, well, how are you so big? I said, I don't know. I'm just so healthy and eat so well. I just grew really fast. But it was fun, and that's kind of the approach I take to the oils. And I kid people, maybe I don't mean for them to get offended, but I can be pretty, I don't know, kind of a smart aleck joker, kidder. And I have to remember that not everybody has that same kind of sense of humor, and have to rein in that silliness at times. But, you know, I'm a blue personality, for those of you who know the color personalities, and you might, if you don't, you can check out Jacob Adamo's Living in True Color on the color personalities, and also Big Al Schreider's the 4 color personalities for MLM. and they'll explain to you what that means. I'm, yellow, blue, really, more blue, yellow, they alternate, depends. And so, yeah, the people that know me really get that. So it was really kind of my way of helping somebody to unlearn the fear, to embrace what is true. You're in the water, you know how to kick, you know how to do all the mechanics, but how to embrace the fun of swimming. And that's the same way I look at the oils, the same way I look at this, the same way I look at the business. You can learn all the semantics, you learn the skills, you are motivated, you are all these things, but when you start to actually do in that spirit of true wellness, then the fear goes away. And really, our society has been really indoctrinated with fear to control our every decision, every move. Everything's all about safety, and the thing is, that's an illusion. So how do we let go of that? And have I arrived? No. I mean, I'm working just like everybody else towards that. But I have to say that the oils, especially the blends to support the emotions, have helped me tremendously. And I couple that with, because of my belief in faith, with prayer, and definitely seeking out, the oils for me as an anointing to guide me through, as an anointing scripturally, the way God anoints us with oil, and using them in that respect. And that's where I have breakthroughs. As a matter of fact, at convention, I had a vibrational raindrop and had an emotional release there, not anticipating that at all with the stuff that I've gone through this year, as you know, if you've read the newsletter. And I had it all week. It was like too much, and I couldn't let go in that setting. So that was challenging, but also very freeing and very good thing that happened. Maybe not for the people that were around me all day, every day, like my friend Bree, but true friends understand that anyway, right? So going back to the come as you are. Come as you are, and don't be afraid to experiment. I never was. I just am that kind of person, though, and I wanted to see and experiment and try and apply and use the ones that can, the vitality ones that can be used internally and externally and topically and diffusing, all those things. And try these combinations, and they don't always work out, but you never know until you try. And that's the idea, is to not be afraid, and don't always wonder, what does that work for? Okay, that's not the way to think about them. The way to think about them is to come with that innocence and that awe that a child comes to with everything as they're learning anything, and embrace it that way. And you will see big things happen for you when you approach it that way, in your life, in your physical, in your mental, in your emotional, in your life in general. And I invite you, I challenge you to take that up and just give it a go if you have it. And if you are, great, share it with somebody. You love it, share it. Have a blessed day, everyone.